Let's talk demography, specifically Greece's demographic crisis. Now, this has been discussed for years, but recently Elon Musk brought attention to this in this now famous tweet. So, in terms of population, Greece has low fertility rates, an aging population, and significant immigration, commonly called the brain drain. Of course, the demographic crisis is both caused by the economic crisis and it exacerbates it. But limiting discussions of demography to economy alone is very myopic. And so let's talk about the multiple factors at play here and the potential solutions. But first, a quick and dirty on demography in Greece. In 2009, Greece's population was around 11.1 million, and now it's currently at around 10.4 million. Over 2/3 of Greeks live in urban areas, with Athens at 4 million. But let's focus first on those numbers. 10.4 million population and around 4 million in Athens. That skew alone should set off alarm bells. But we'll come back to this shortly. Greece is also the EU's second poorest country in terms of GDP per capita, coming after Bulgaria. It currently spends around 1 billion euros on pro-child measures, but despite this, Greece still recorded its lowest ever number of births in 2022. Politicians, think tanks, and people tend to place the blame primarily on one factor, but I want to explain how there's more going on. The easy scapegoat for the demographic problem is Greece's financial crisis. And this triggered a population drop of around 800,000 in 15 years due to emigration, primarily young professionals seeking work abroad, and a plummeting birth rate. So now let's do a deeper dive and get into the roots of the problem to better understand why proposed solutions have been addressing the symptoms instead of the cause. First, let's talk about the reverse age pyramid. Greece has one of the oldest populations in Europe, with 22% of the population aged over 65, and it's steadily rising. Life expectancy is high, it's about 83 on average. So when birth rates are already low, this high life expectancy contributes to flipping the age pyramid. Why is this an issue? That's easy. Because having more old people who are dependent on the output of the working age population burdens society and the economy and will make it difficult to effectively support retirees in the future. So with a declining working age population, which is between the ages of 15 and 64, economic productivity and tax revenue are reduced, making it harder to fund pensions, healthcare, and infrastructure. And currently, about 16% of Greece's GDP supports the pension retirement system. And Greece's labor force is projected to shrink by 20% by 2050. Of course, this is not an issue exclusive to Greece. Countries around the world are facing the same problem, including the US. A quick look at the birth rate of baby boomer generation compared to Gen X millennials will paint a very similar picture.